Hello, everybody. What's going on? I hope you guys have had a wonderful, 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 wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you had good times with your family. Um, and I'm sitting here today and I was thinking, I need to drop another video. What can I talk about? So I came up with this huge title, and it is Before You Open a Used Car Dealership, Watch This Video. I'm going to give you some secrets. I'm going to give you some tips. I'm going to give you some tricks to start off the right way. Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh wow, look bright. All right. My lighting, I will be changing this visor because I am driving, and so as the sun reflects around and move and change as I'm going in different directions, I will be moving this thing up here. So hopefully that don't distract you. But let's go ahead and jump right into the video. We're gonna talk about three things today. We're gonna talk about branding and marketing, and I use that as one thing. Then we're gonna talk about operations procedures, and then we're gonna talk about opening multiple dealerships. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First things first. Branding and marketing are very crucial to a successful business. I don't care what type of business it is. If you can't successfully brand your business, then you could still be profitable. You could still make a lot of money, but you won't make as much money as you could make if you take the time in branding your business appropriately. So there are a couple things I want you to think about. And again, it's before you open a used car dealership. So really, before you even start your application, before you even apply for your LLC, I hope that you watch this video because it's very important. Branding is the definition of branding is to, in my opinion, I'm not looking at Merriam-Webster's definition, but it is to create a feel or an emotion around a certain thing, pretty much. That is the brand, the overall brand, right? The feel of that brand, the look of that brand, how it sounds and what it does, and all of that. You want to get that chemistry on point in the beginning. You can't get your dealer's license after you have named it some crappy name like Leroy's Auto Sales, and you get the epiphany, oh, man, you know what, my brand sucks, right? It's too late in a sense. You have to kind of start over. That's just like building a house from the roof to the from the roof from starting at the roof. You can't. It's impossible, right? You can't. You got to have something for the roof to sit on. So and in order for that, you got to have something for that to sit on. So you got to build your foundation first, and that's what this video is hopefully going to help you do. So when you are about to name your company, you ought to think about two things as it relates to the naming of your company. The first thing you need to think about is, will your name attract an image? Will it or can it be the can it be substituted for an image? Let me give you an example. Blackbird Auto Sales. I can supplement or I can substitute the word Blackbird for Blackbird, right? That's something that somebody can remember. Somebody can say, oh crap, that dealership had a Blackbird on their door. That's Blackbird Auto Sales, right? Um, And so you want to get that connection with your name. Or you can go the other route, which is naming it something that gets an emotional connection going, like Prestige Motorsports. Prestige Motorsports of Albany, right? That says to me that, all right, now again, you have to live up to your name. You have to be able to live up to the brand that you create. Okay. And so that's why conceptual reality is important, or conceptual imagination is important when you're going through branding, because you have to be able to bring all of this full circle. You can't name something like Prestige Motorsports of Albany if you're not going to have luxury or nice cars, right? It won't work for cheap, crappy buy here, pay here cars. Cheap buy here, pay here cars may be thrifty Motorsports of Albany, right? Those are thrifty cars. Um, um, you know, wheels on the cheap, wheels on the cheap auto sales, right? Wheels on the cheap. We got cheap wheels here, right? So stuff like that. If you want the emotional appeal, but it needs to make sense. It needs to correlate to what your overall mission and your vision is for your company. So that is the naming aspect. So think about those things with the naming aspect. Then we go over into the color. We go over into the color schemes of what colors you should be looking at as it relates to your business, your dealership. One of the things I would tell you to do is Google Map within about a 25-mile radius around your dealership and see what the color schemes are for the other dealerships in your area. Because what you want to try to do is you want to try to get a unique color scheme going on, so that way you can be successful and stand out amongst the crowd. Okay, so try to do that, and try to see if that'll give you um, some some ideas. So now with your colors, you want to make sure that your colors are vibrant, something that can draw people in, something that people can remember, something that looks attractive as well. Okay. Um, so that is the branding, the naming and branding. Now, when we talk about the marketing aspect, you have to realize in 2019, almost 2020, you have to be on the internet. Okay. If you are looking to open a business and you're saying, I'm not going to have a website, I'm just going to go on Facebook Marketplace and I'm going to just post my cars there and I'm going to roll it that way, it's possible. And anything is possible if you attempt to do it. I mean, I'm not the type of person that's gonna tell you what you're gonna do is what you're doing is wrong. Well, what you're doing is not gonna be profitable or is gonna fail. I can't be that determination. I just or that the I can't determine those results. But what I can say is when people go to Facebook Marketplace, depending on the caliber of the car, depending on your client avatar, the type of people that you like to sell to, or that you're targeting to sell to, they may or may not go and cross reference you. I have had in my business so many people. They will see our business on Facebook. They will see our advertisement on Facebook, and they would instantly go from Facebook, and they would go straight to Google Maps, and they would look at our reviews. So we have what we call Google. Oh Jesus, what is it? It's slipping my mind. It's basically the insight where all of our traffic is monitored. And I can see the correlation. I can see the correlation to where when Facebook is spiking, my Google Maps is spiked. Like so, you can see the trend that people are going from one to the other, and they're cross referencing. So if you're not on Google, and so you don't really have to have, like I said, you don't have to have a website if you don't want to, but you got to be on Google Maps and Google.com, right? Go ahead and put your company on Google, request a little postcard. It comes really quickly, and go ahead and verify your company and get on the website or get on the internet. More or less, it's always good to present the professional image if you do plan to have a professional dealership by having a website. I mean, you can go to carsforsale.com and have a little $99 website, very inexpensive in comparing to the odds, right? So in comparison to what you're spending, you're gonna gain more. You're gonna have a professional look. You're gonna be able to send people to your website to look at inventory. There's less questions you have to answer. There's less photographs that you have to send people manually and all of that, right? And so it's worth it. So definitely make sure that you're on Google. And if you can afford it, get a website. I hope that you can afford it, because if you can't afford a website and you own a business, you may not be in a position to own a business. All right, next thing is the procedures and operating of your business. This is so important. After you've gotten down your branding and your marketing ideas, you've conceptualized that, all of that is full circle, and you're ready to rock and roll. The next thing you're going to have to come to terms with is, okay, how am I going to manage this place? How am I going to deal with this place? What type of procedures am I going to set up? Now, when you are a one-man show, you really don't even think about procedures. You just do. You just do. Like naturally, you just do it. You don't think about how you're doing it, why you're doing it, the methods that you're doing. You're just doing it. So what I would urge you to do is I would urge you to document your procedures. Document everything that you're doing, because when the opportunity presents itself for you to grow this business, you want to be able to have a manual and a procedure book on how you run your business. So again, all of this is designed. I don't know if I said it already, but all of this stuff that I'm talking about today is designed for you to create a business that will you'll be able to build it and make it scalable, meaning you can open multiple dealerships. because you got good procedures. You know what you're doing. You know what the procedures are. Um, and the branding is strong. I mean, the reputation building is strong. We're going to talk about that in a second too. I need to go really need to go back to that. So with the marketing piece, the reputation management is so important for businesses, and that's where people fail the most in the reputation management. How do we maintain a 5-star rating on Google? What type of ideas can we do to get people to go and review us? And what type of incentives can we provide? So for my company, we do have incentives. We have things like, you get a $25 off your first payment if you do a review in a certain time, or we may have, a raffle. Everybody who does a review in this time frame will be eligible to win an iPad, or that's a little bit outlandish, but certain things to be able to keep the positive reviews there, because when you're in the used car business, you're going to get a negative review. It's just a matter of time on when you're going to get that negative review. So you got to focus on the positive while you have control of that. We have control of the positive reviews more than we have control of the negative reviews. So use that control in your benefit and go ahead and set up those positive reviews right away. Okay. So I just went back to the marketing. Do that. That's very important. Reputation management, kill businesses before they get off the ground good. Going back to the procedures and operations, make sure you have a manual. Make sure you have your procedures documented. And then the third thing is growing your business to multiple locations. So you can't think about growing to multiple locations until you've done 1 and 2. Until you've done 1 and 2 successfully, and you got a system, and you can, and if I were to come to your dealership, you could train me on running your dealership the way you want it done. Until you've gotten to that point, you don't need to have multiple dealerships. Once you have gotten to that point and you have the revenue to do it, then great. Open another dealership in a different territory for you to continue to have that success. If you're having it at 1, you're going to have it at 2, more than likely, unless you are doing it in an area that you're unsure about. So when you're growing to another dealership or multiple dealerships, data is so important. You have to look at the numbers. You got to have a population that supports the sales. You got to have competition in that area, because competition is not only is a negative thing, but it's a positive thing. It is something that says, okay, people are here selling cars. So if they're here selling cars, I'm going to get in on it, right? You don't want to be the only dealership per se, because to me, that is questionable. I would question the fact that there's no dealerships in this area. That's just me. Uh, because I feel like, all right, is there a reason for that? Now you can question it, but it may not necessarily come out to be a negative. It could be a positive. You can question it and say, "Oh man, well these people just have bad business management, or they were selling the wrong type of cars in this area." So just because there are no dealerships in an area isn't a guaranteed no for that area. But you do need to take your time and looking at as to why there are no dealerships in the area. But that's very very few and far that you're going to go to the area where there's no used car sales people at all. So I mean that's very rare. Um, so that is my 2 cents on how you should, before you open your dealership, look at this video, because I guarantee you, some of you are right now think like, man, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about this, or I didn't think about that. Great idea. This is because you have to do it right in the beginning for it to stay right throughout the whole process. If you don't do it right in the beginning, you're going to set yourself up to have to come back and revisit it if you want the success of a successful brand, and a company that can speak, that presents itself in a successful way. So that is my 2 cents, guys. I hope this helped you. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. I will be soon offering coaching for new dealers that want to learn my strategies on the marketing and the branding, want to learn my strategies on just operations and managing your dealerships. I'm definitely going to be offering that, and I'll have more video on that soon. Also, um, let's see what else I was going to say. Yeah, so we're gonna start with the coaching one-on-one, and I think that will help a lot of people. I didn't have that one-on-one coaching, to be able to call the coach and say, "Hey man, this is what I got. What should I do?" And getting it from somebody who knows your business, that is so important too. You can't listen to people on YouTube or Facebook if they don't know your business. If they don't know your business, because for me as your coach, I'm gonna know your business. I'm gonna know your data. I'm gonna know your area. I'm gonna know your philosophy, what you're trying to accomplish, and then I can give you coaching and help you. But if they don't know your internals and they don't know what you're doing, it's hard to take advice from that standpoint. So just know that's going to be available. And also, don't forget, Instagram page is there. Go over to Instagram as car underscore dealer underscore life. I will be hopefully trying to grow that source so we can do some live videos. Right now, I'm not eligible on Facebook to do live. Oh, excuse me, on YouTube to do live. If the Instagram thing don't kick off, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do a Facebook page because I think more people have Facebook than Instagram. So if that is something you guys want to tell me, go ahead and drop a comment in there too, in the box down below too, and let me know. Hey man, I ain't got Instagram, but I can definitely follow you on Facebook. That may be something that we transition to as well. So until next time, I will see y'all soon. Go out, build your business, enjoy your business, and be profitable. Peace.